because then they just need to get a plug-and-play guard and their offensive line will be fine for running. They still have problems with pass blocking. But they needed a quarterback, they needed tackle, and they needed...
They should have taken a king's ransom to move back and address their O-line and still drafted Kyle Aletta. I think that was a good pick.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I don't like the Saquon pick for them. I think it's as we kind of discussed. You take like a Le'Veon Bell, who's possibly the top running back in the league. You take him out of a game, and you look at the Steelers' performance, and it doesn't really affect them that much. You take out Roethlisberger, you take out AB, it does.
Right, but playing devil's advocate, as we had also stated earlier, you take Zeke Elliott off the Cowboys, and you saw what happens. Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott, playoff team. Cowboys without Ezekiel Elliott can beat the bad teams.
I wouldn't write off Allen just yet.
Right, but
see
when
how
you
he does. I mean, Josh Allen.
Oh no, he's written off. He's no, he should find a new career
when
already.
When you don't have a good O-line, the running back is a lot less effective. Cowboys have a good O-line, so you can bring out the best of Zeke. If they had a bad O-line, look at the Rams, who had no success running despite having a fantastic running back until Goff got there to open things up.
Todd Gurley.
Yep.
Phenomenal. No, Todd Gurley's rookie year, he was awesome. He had a bad sophomore year and then got back.
Well, they were able to stack the box against him after Bradford was, gone.
Yeah.
You kind of see it all over the league where you can just really stack a box against those teams. And if you have a good O-line, as I said, it really lets the running back shine. Really, adding a fantastic running back to a good O-line is awesome, and the Cowboys are tasting that success. Adding a running back to a bad O-line, I don't think he's going to be able to do as much. He, however, does have fantastic hands, so he is more than your standard running back. He will be a great check down person for Eli to throw to, but I just think you really, with that second overall pick, you could have gotten a ton of assets and really made the whole team championship caliber, and instead you're going all in on Eli. That's fine. I get, it's worth taking the chance to get one more ring, but you're not setting up the team for as much success as you could, because that O-line is still extremely weak.
Right. I know we're not NFL general managers, but I'm just now thinking about it. If I'm the Giants, with that second pick, especially after I see the Browns take Baker Mayfield, I'm getting on the phone with the Raiders immediately and saying, hey, give us Jerick McKinnon and your pick, and we'll give you pick number 2. You can draft Saquon Barkley. You have the offensive line. He's going to be a much bigger game changer for you than Jerick McKinnon is. We'll take McKinnon and your pick. You take our number 2 pick. And I think both teams would have benefited from that, because then the Giants would get a better than serviceable running back. And they would get... Well, you'd have to throw something else in.
I can't imagine that the Giants didn't have calls from the Bills, the Broncos, because the QB thing was heating up before the draft. I don't know what... everything changes on actual draft day. But, at number 2, they could have gotten a lot of assets for trading back.
Speaking of the Broncos, did they not have a phenomenal draft?
Bradley Chubb?
Chubb!
Amazing. Fell to
Seriously.
5. That's BPA. That's a fantastic draft pick. Good job, Broncos.
At 2, he would have been best player available.
Yeah.
Because the number 1 player in the draft was Saquon Barkley. Number 2, Bradley Chubb. Then I think Josh Rosen than Minkah Fitzpatrick. But I don't get paid to do this. I just impose my opinions on people.
Yeah. As far as the Bills, I don't like Josh Allen, so I give them a low grade. I know a lot of people that do really like Josh Allen that give them a very high grade for that pick.
I think those people don't watch football.
So
Well, they had,
I guess we'll see who's right and who's wrong.
Just to add in, didn't they say they were kind of trying to stay clear of Rosen too because he's high risk for injury?
Well, concussion.
Yeah, it is a concern, and I didn't like Rosen's reaction to sliding. I thought he looked very immature.
I
don't like saying that because everything else I've seen from him was good, but man, you got to be able to take your lumps. And
I think he responded just fine by saying, "Well, there are 9 teams that."
No, that's not the issue. The issue was like his face. He was just like getting extremely pissy as he continued to fall, and then after that, he said, I had to keep like cool and composed out there, and I'm like, if that's your cool and composed face, then yikes. I had no issue with him saying, 9 other teams made a mistake. That's self-confidence, a little bit of cockiness. That's fine. My issue is his lack of composure, and just like how upset he is at the fact that he's not drafted top 5. Like, you're still top 10. Relax. I get that it's a little less money, but you're a quarterback. You'll be making multiple millions in no time if you're as good as you think you are.
Yeah. So I can't think of any teams that did better in the draft than the Broncos with Chubb and the Cardinals with Rosen.
Yeah.
I think they, hands down, did the best.
Solely on Rosen with the Cardinals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they got the best
Browns
of the big
at
4.
Browns at 4 with Denzel wasn't bad.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't bad. It was a bit of a reach, but he's good.
Yeah. He's good. I don't.
I think they should have gone Chubb.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
Imagine Myles Garrett and Bradley Chubb.
What else? We got Quentin Nelson to the Colts. I like that pick. Not really for BPA, but man, do the Colts need a line if Luck is ever actually going to come back. And Quentin Nelson is a great guard, so not bad at all. Seems like a much wiser decision than a wide receiver every year.
Oh, the Chargers. Derwin James falling to 17.
Yeah.
They killed.
That's a great one. Yep.
Yeah, if you listen to me on Run the Point podcast, I predicted the Chargers would draft Derwin James. So I feel good about that one. I also had the Redskins drafting Daron Payne.
Roquan Smith to the Bears.
Oh yeah, he's going to be very good.
Yeah.
The problem is Roquan Smith to the Bears. I don't think the Bears needed him. I think their defense is already very good. I think what they should have been working on is getting an offensive lineman that could block better for
I think
Tara
they
Cohen.
wanted Quentin, and I think when he went, they just said, okay, BPA. And went.
When did they pick? They picked 8, right?
Yeah.
Mike McGlinchey was still on the board.
That's true, and he went
number
to
9,
San Francisco
yeah.
right after that. I think
the Bears
it'll
messed
be
up.
okay. Their O-line, I don't think is terrible. They did. I do think it was more of a need, and they went who they thought BPA was. But they will have a very dominant defense, and I guess they're confident that Trubisky can get it done with the current O-line for whatever reason.
I don't know. I don't get it. Like I said, especially when Mike McGlinchey's still on the board, they should have gone after him because, like I said, I don't even know that Roquan Smith is going to start for the Bears. And hopefully, if you're drafting in the top 15, that person is going to be a starter for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, usually outside of quarterbacks, that person is going to be playing. And I don't see Roquan Smith starting for the Bears.
Yeah. I like the Mike McGlinchey pick for the Niners.
It was a bit of a reach.
Yes, but that's a message to Jimmy G that, hey, we're looking out for you. We want you to be our long-term starter. We're building the O-line. And it needs it. It wasn't terrible once Jimmy G came in.
I think there is
the
where...
49ers are going to be a much improved team. I'm calling it right now.
I think the 49ers would have been better served with Calvin Ridley because they need a wide receiver.
Yeah, but they can still get one through free agency.
Des Bryant's available.
That's true.
You want to discuss David Akers trolling?
David Akers, what a chump. David Akers at the draft trolled the Cowboys. What was it that he had said?
It was, hey, Cowboys, you guys haven't won a Super Bowl since, last time you won a Super Bowl was before these draft guys were even born.
To which I want to respond, hey, David Akers, you never won one. But anyways.
We discussed Rosen. Great job, Cardinals. Huge pick.
Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Dolphins got Minkah, which I hate because I hate the Dolphins.
It's such a good pick, though.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
Such a good
job.
pick.
I hate you.
Like Minkah.
Although, cornerbacks of Bama, checkered history, despite what you would expect. Speaking firsthand.
He also plays safety.
Jets fan.
That's true. And Clinton Dix has done pretty well for himself.
Yeah. I think he's going to be good as much as I'm not going to like it.
We forgot, you're probably going to get to it. One of the best picks, pick number 32. Lamar to the Ravens.
Yep. I love that pick.
You think that he's going to take the job from Flacco. I don't. I think Flacco at the end of this contract is probably going to retire.
You think?
Yeah.
What's he got left? Like a year or two?
2.
I don't know. He's not that old, is he? I thought, what is he like? What's he going to be at the end of this contract? I thought he was only going to be like 36.
Yeah, he's not very good.
I know he's not very good, which is if he doesn't retire, then there's no one for Lamar to steal it from. But I think if he does stay in the league, then Lamar Jackson's gonna steal the job from him. I am very high on Lamar Jackson. We'll see. I'm very low on Josh Allen, very high on Lamar Jackson.
I'm not very high on Lamar. I think he'll be...
I think he's Mike Vick 2.0.
No, I think he'll be good for a year, maybe 2, then he'll get figured out.
Okay, let's see what happens. 3-year rule. Remember, 3-year rule. So we'll come back to this in 3 years.
You know what? I think he's going to be a somewhat similar player to Colin Kaepernick. He's going to come in.
He's a much better passer.
He's more accurate.
Yes, that's.
Or no, he's got better arm strength. But I think Colin Kaepernick was more accurate.
No,
I think so.
Cap was not accurate at all.
But like I said, I think he'll get figured out after a couple of years. He's not Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson is adaptable. I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to be as adaptable. He'll have a couple of good years and then be, a good backup.
After this, Mason Rudolph.
Problem with Mason Rudolph is he just looked disinterested anytime he gets down. Like, he doesn't look like he's interested in making a comeback.
Mitchell gets no respect from the refs. He got murdered on that shot. Sorry.
The Jazz aren't getting any respect from the refs. But I don't know. The problem with Mason Rudolph is, like, his attitude toward the end of the season. When he was losing, he just looked like he was out of it and did not care.
That's a good point.
I lost a lot of respect for him. Luke Falk fell all the way to the 6th round. He last year was a first-round talent. We found out from him that when he falls behind, he ends up panicking a lot, which was the one big fault that Romo had. And I think a lot of players or a lot of teams don't want to take a chance on a player who can make good throws but panic when things go bad. So I was very